Hi, and welcome to your Platterful monthly tutorial. Let's get started. We're going to get started with the barely buzzed cheese from Beehive Cheese Co. So go ahead and take this one out of the wrapper. For this one, really simple, we're going to take the wedge and cut it from the small end all the way up to the larger end of the wedge. At the tip of the wedge, we're going to start with about a 1-inch slice, and then from there, we're going to cut it down to about a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch as we make our way up the wedge. For the placement of this one, we are going to recreate that wedge standing up so that we can see that nice coating on the rind of the wedge. So go ahead and just reline them up. You can actually use the tip of the wedge as a kickstand to make sure that it holds up upright rather than just falling over like you'll see me do in this video. And then just continue that all the way down, and this will be a really nice contrast between the dark rind and the bright whites of the cheese. Okay, up next we have our smoked gouda round, so you can go ahead and take this one out of the wrapper. Okay, for the slicing of this one, we are going to do it 2 different ways. So for 1/2 of this round, we are just going to simply slice it. It's going to create these really nice long pieces that people can grab and easily put on a cracker. And for the second half of the round, we are going to take it and we are going to cut it kind of like a pizza and turn it into a couple of different wedges. So I end up with about 6 little wedges, so just take it and slice it into small triangles all the way around that second half of the wedge. Okay, and lastly for our large kits, we have this black pepper bellavitano. So you can go ahead and take this one out of the wrapper. This one's going to be super simple. It's a really crumbly cheese, and you might notice that as you're taking the wrapper off that it might break, the tip of it might break off. Totally fine. We're going to play into that. We're actually going to just use a fork and kind of cut into this one and create a bunch of crumbles and allow people to just cut into this and get their own piece off of this one. Up next for our meats, we have our spicy nuggets from Bussetto. So go ahead and take these out of the wrapper. These are going to be super simple. They're already cut for us, which is awesome. And we are just going to use them to line up things and line up around things on our board. And we can also put them in little clumps that are easy for people to grab when they're trying to find something on the board quickly. Lastly, for our large kits, we have this Lomo Americano. You can go ahead and take it out of the wrapper. For the placement of this, we are going to take the different slices of salami and we are going to create these little pinwheels, and we will have the fat facing one way, facing out in some of the pinwheels, and the meaty side facing out in the others. So in this video, I create 3, but when I actually place them on my board, I combine them and I only have 2 actual pinwheels on my board. Okay, now we're going to build our boards. So I'm first going to build the standard kit, and if you got the large kit, you can actually skip ahead to around the 5-minute mark and you can watch me build that kit.